What's up, y'all? What's going on? It's your boy D'Anthony. Oh, you know what? Echo. Turn off lights.
Okay.
Looks a lot better. Alright. How you guys doing? I'm your boy D'Anthony of Break Room Blitz. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all my viewers. I appreciate all the live people who are going to join in a second. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds. So this is going to be my top 10 movies of 2017. Now, that's a lie. It's more like top 20 because I had some honorable mentions that I just had to say. What's up, Nika? I appreciate you. Shanika. I feel like sometimes when I say Nika, it be sounding something different. But Shanika, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. So I had some honorable mentions, but I felt like there wasn't that many good movies, so I just came up with a top 20. We can just kind of run down them real quick. I know Nika is cool, but I felt like sometimes it might come off differently. Another N-word, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to seem like that. But I know you cool with it. I know you know what I'm saying. So I got a top 20 pretty much. Am I too bright? I feel like I'm bright. Top 20. And we're kind of just going to run down. And then maybe by the time I get to 10, everyone will have joined. And we can have some discussion. So, like I said, this is, you know, it was a terrible, terrible year. You know, we had movies like Pirates of the Caribbean. We had movies like, what's it called? The Alien Covenant. Whew! So bad. So bad. There was several weeks that I was just like, or several, you know, nights and we'll go to the movies that I was just really disappointed and upset that I even, you know, watched the movie. You know, because it was just a waste of my time and I would never get it back. Power Rangers was another one. Garbage. Had a lot of bad ones. So this list wasn't hard to do because it wasn't that many. It was just 20 for the whole year. For the whole year, 20. And all the movies that came out, like 300 plus movies probably, only 20 were good to me. Now, I didn't like honorable mention would probably be Coco. I didn't watch that, but everyone seemed to love it, so they're going to do Creole. You'll go ahead and cry. I didn't see it because I was studying for my P&P exam, which I passed. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I didn't get to see it. Star Wars, I don't know. You can either say it is good or not. I only watched it once, so that kind of tells you how good it was to me. Definitely wasn't on my top 20 just because I felt like the director just kind of kicked us in the ass as far as like what we were looking for in this second installment. But so congratulations again. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It was a lot of studying. I had to put away all my toys and, you know, stop having all the fun watching movies and stuff and get to it. So I don't want to be one of those videos that just take forever to get down to what we're talking about. So number 20. Number 20. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm live, so I can't cut it. So number 20 we got is Lego Batman. The Lego Batman movie was a very fun movie. I didn't know if it was going to work, but the Lego movie kind of convinced me that it was going to be good. I thought it was a good storyline. I laughed through the whole thing for sure. It's something that, you know, me and my son can watch together, you know, and he can be... My daughter loved that movie. Yeah, it was a good movie. You know, you can watch it with your kids, and you guys can both laugh and enjoy it. There's going to be some jokes they don't understand, and there's going to be some jokes that you don't know why they even laughing. Because that's just how it is, and it has a kid humor, it has adult humor. You know, Batman is a loner, and he doesn't understand, you know, like, why no one likes him. Like, no, what's going on? Why y'all didn't invite me to the party? You know, it was a good movie. I thought it was a refreshing. It was a good start. I felt like to the year. It wasn't exactly. I think it was in February. What was this? Yeah, February. So I thought it was a good start. It made 257 million through like nationally or domestically. So it was a good movie. Let's see. Number 19. Now, I might get some hate for this. You guys might not agree with me that it should be lower on the list. But I'm not a horror movie type of guy. So bear with me. Is It. Number 19 is It. I thought that it was cool. You know, I love the camaraderie. But as far as like a horror movie, I didn't get that feel at all. No, why can't be number 19? Too high up for you? Sorry, that's just where. Cause when I think of a horror movie, I'm thinking about like everyone is dying, and in this movie, everyone lives. There was a little boy who died in the beginning, and then the teenager guy, he died towards like the end, but all them kids lived. So I'm like, whoa, what is happening? Like, there's several times where these kids should be dead, especially when they went into the house. They should be dead. So to me, it didn't really live up to, you know, like a horror movie. It was just a good movie that had some horror elements. So when it doesn't like do its job, I feel like I gotta kind of ding it a little bit. But I've been a fan since I was a kid. Oh, you know what? I did not watch it. I wasn't raised on horror movies, so there was no nostalgia for me. This is like me, clean slate. What you got for me? No one's dying. Can't do it. And that's just how I felt about it. Sorry, guys. But it was good. A lot of camaraderie. You know, the kids all, you know, had this whole little breakfast club type of thing. You know, it was good. Just not a horror movie for me. I need some heads to be rolling. You know what I'm saying? All right, next one. Number 18. I would say is Life. Oh, you know what? I do have some. I don't know if can y'all see that? Yeah. Life. So I thought that it was pretty good. I thought that it was a great way for like an introduction to what's that Spider-Man villain? Oh, can't think of it. Not Carnage, but the black one. God dog it. I can't think of his name, but I thought it was good anyway. I thought Ryan Reynolds is in it. He dies a little bit too quick. But I thought it was a good movie as far as like an alien, you know, sci-fi movie. It got a lot of flack for whatever reason, but I enjoyed it, you know. So, you know, we got to see the little alien creature come, you know, from being like this small to, you know, like as big as, you know, I don't know, maybe actually pretty big, as big as a person, you know. So we got to see him grow, so there was growth. So I thought it was pretty good. I like Life with Eddie Murphy better. What's up, man? Live from Eddie Murphy was better. But this is 2017. 2017 is what we're talking about. But I agree with you. Geek Bear, I appreciate you. So I like Life. I thought it was a good sci-fi movie. If you don't have anything to watch, look it up. It's going to be pretty good. The boom, boom, boom. What you know about the boom, boom room, man? I appreciate you, though. All right. 17. I'm going to have to go with Kong Skull Island. I thought that it was... Oh, Geek Roar. I'm sorry, Geek Roar. Sorry about that, brother. Sorry about that. Kong Skull Island, I thought it was really good. I thought as far as like an action movie, I got what I needed. You know, was the storyline kind of simple? Sure. But as far as like action and you know, people getting jacked up, I got what I wanted. There was excitement. An action movie, I want to feel excited. And I felt excited. It wasn't... To me, all the other Kong movies are racist. And the Kong is usually the black man. They capture the black man in the jungle. And they lock him up. And then he go chase the white woman. And then he get all shot and killed because of that. So, to me, they have racial tones to them that I don't appreciate. Now, this one, though... I felt was the Kong I want to see. Facts. You know what I'm talking about. You know, this is reviews from as a black man, so everyone probably don't see, and I see it from the same lens. So that's the lens that I see. But anyway, Skull Island was good. I thought that what's the guy, Loki? Forget his name, but I thought he did pretty good. It's the first time I ever really seen him in anything besides Loki, and he has some pretty good leadership qualities. I thought. Kong was a beast, yo. Like, yo, this is you coming to my island with some helicopters, yo. You about to get jacked up, all of y'all, every single one. Only thing I kind of would take away that I didn't like about that movie was Samuel Jackson. I'm not a Samuel Jackson fan like that. He shouldn't be in every single movie. He's in every other movie. Every other movie, there's Samuel Jackson. Why? Why? You're too old to be running around the jungle, okay? Okay. Alright. Was it 16, I believe? Is American Made. With... Oops. American Made... There we go. American Made with Tom Cruise. Thought I would put some pictures up there for y'all so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. American Made with Tom Cruise I thought was really good. It was right off of him doing the Mummy movie, which was garbage. That's another garbage movie. The Mummy, garbage. It was right off of that, and I was like, oh, there you are. I see you now. Oh, how are you just gonna diss? Oh, I couldn't read it. But he, I was like, oh, there you are, Tom. These are the movies you should be doing. You should not be doing The Mummy. That is not the movies for you. That was just garbage. It was, everyone's trying to copy Marvel without actually analyzing the Marvel formula. They're like, oh, these universes must be working. But how did it work, though? Like, we're not just jamming everything in here and then like, okay, we're going to make a universe. But anyway, American Made was a great story. You know, it was about, you know, a pilot that was pretty much drug trafficking. I'm watching the Lutaku video at the same time. How are you watching Lutaku and this at the same time? I appreciate it, but... So, you know, it was about an American guy that... American pilot that was flying around, you know, pretty much drug trafficking with the drug cartels in South America. And it was just about, you know, his story of what he went through. And it was pretty exciting to me. I did like it. I thought Tom Cruise did a good job. He got to run. And, you know, Tom Cruise likes to run. So, you know, and it made a lot more sense that he was running. And, you know, we got to see, like, how the CIA would try to stop the planes. But they didn't have enough gas. So they would just kind of, like, the traffickers would kind of slow down. And then the CIA would run out of fuel. And they would get away. You know, so I thought it was good. It was interesting to me. Let's see. 15. Beauty and the Beast. I thought Beauty and the Beast was a pretty good live action adaptation. Nerdy Bros, what's up, man? I appreciate you. What's going on? So we got 6 people. I appreciate y'all. Can't be in here just yes, back. What's the number? What number are we in? Oh, we're on number. Let's see. I forgot. 19, 18, 17. 16, 15. We're on 15 right now. Yes, love that one. Oh, yeah. So, Beauty and the Beast. I thought it was a great live adaptation of, you know, one of my favorite cartoon movies as a kid. I'm okay. I'm okay with being a guy and I can admit that I like Beauty and the Beast. That's one of my favorite ones. So, I'm okay with that. I like Little Mermaid, too. I mean, I don't go around just telling everybody, but it's okay. We were all kids at one time. So, I like the adaptation. Now, did I like... Would I have picked her as Belle? Probably not. Just because when I think of Belle, I think of someone that's fine. And she's not fine. She's like, oh, she's kind of cute. But she's not Belle fine. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have picked someone else, but... You know, I'm sure people like her from Harry Potter and shit. But I liked it better than live action Cinderella. Well, you know, the live action Cinderella is a whole different time frame. Like... I know it was Disney, but they weren't really, like, thinking about, like, they were just doing it just to do it. Now, they're coming out with all their Disney movies. This is, like, a goal that they have, and it's not just, like, something they're going to just do real quick. You know, this is a big budget, like, these need to stick with people forever. So I feel like when they did the Cinderella, it wasn't really, like, they didn't really have, like, an agenda. Now there's an agenda. You know, we got, Beauty and the Beast. We got Aladdin coming up. Top 10 movies on 15. Okay, cool, man. We got Jungle Book that they came out with. Like, they are really trying to do these movies for sure. That I feel like they feel like kids won't have to watch the cartoon version. They can watch this version, the live action, and still get that same feeling that we did when we were kids. Now, if they come out with a Goof Troop movie, I'm all for it, baby. A Goofy movie, I would love that live action. But yeah, Beauty and the Beast I thought was good. I even liked the song that they did. Some people didn't like the new song that the Beast got, but I kind of liked it. You know, it was a different perspective of, you know, who he was. And then I liked the whole little, I can show you the world. When he showed her that map and they went wherever they wanted, I thought he was going to say something like that. Like, I can show you the world. That would have been a great pun. But he didn't. But I thought that was a good little thing. We got to see why her mom died, like why her mom wasn't there. Every Disney movie, either no parents or one of the parents is dead, and they explained it. So I kind of liked that. I appreciated it. So that's number 15. Number 14, I'm going to go with Detroit. Detroit, one of my... Oh, doggone it. Yeah, Detroit, look at that. It's one of my favorite. There was not a lot of black movies this year, but definitely one of my favorite black movies this year. It is about a group of black men that were pretty much terrorized by a group of crooked cops and how they got away. I can't believe I still haven't seen that. Oh yeah, you got to see that. Heard it was rough watch. You know, it was kind of a rough watch because, of course, I don't want to see, you know, people who look like me being terrorized and brutalized and shot and harassed and all this stuff. But it was a story I didn't know. And it's a true story, so I felt like there was something to it. Like Mudbound, did not like that movie. I hated it even came out. I don't even know why I got all these awards. I feel like only people that are awarding this movie don't look like me. So, but with Detroit, it was a true story, for one, that I didn't know. So I was educated. And for two, it was a black movie. And it was done by a white director. So, I mean, and Mudbound was done by a black director. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, some stories should be told. I think if it's a true story, then go ahead and do it. But if it's not, I don't want to see, you know, me being brutalized on screen. I do understand that. Great movie. Watched it. Forgot I watched it. Yeah, I had to go through all. That's why it took me a little long to, it took me about 30 minutes to put my list together. Because I was like, I don't want to forget anything. Because it was a long year of bad movies. And sometimes, you know, you might miss the ones that you did see. So that is my number 14. I think that everyone should watch that. I think it's a good movie. Number 13, right? Are we on number 13? I don't have a number of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So 13. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes I'll be forgetting these numbers here. Was Your Name. So yes, I am an anime fan. So Your Name was one of my favorite movies that I saw this year. Honestly, it should probably be down a little lower, but I feel like you guys weren't gonna know what I was talking about. But Your Name was a great piece of work. I felt like if you're not watching anime, I don't know what you guys are doing, because these anime have some of the best storytelling ever. It's very dramatic. This one is a heart tug. I felt like freaking love anime. Is it really good? It's really good. It's really good. I feel like everyone should be watching it. It's not something that it's not goofy. To me, it's a true. It feels real, true, and down to reality. But it's just, you know, cartoon characters. You know, and if you can get past that part, you would definitely like it. Dude, I love Makoto Shinkai, the director. Check out other movies. Oh yeah, his other movies are really good. But this year, this is the one that really got me. It's about two people who have a connection, pretty much through different time periods, and they become one another. So the guy becomes a girl and the girl becomes a guy, and they write notes to each other through the cell phone, and which to me it kind of makes sense, you know. And they end up actually wanting to meet each other and kind of fall for each other. And then when the guy goes to try to find her, he finds out that she's actually dead. And then he's like, well, what? You know, so then we kind of go through that whole little adventure, trying to find her, trying to connect, and how she died and all this stuff. It's a great, great movie. It was it pulls on your heartstrings. I feel like it definitely needs to be up there. I don't know what is going to be nominated this year for, you know, animated movies, but I feel like if this is not animated, or this is not nominated, I don't know what the Academy is doing, what they're watching, because this was a great movie. So, number 12. And this is when it was getting real hard. So this is why I decided, let's just do top 20. Because this is getting real hard. Only the Brave. Definitely one of the favorite movies that I saw this year. Now when I say favorite, I'm not saying it's the best. It's just what I liked. So as we get down this list, don't be hating on me. Because you might think something is worth more than I feel. But I thought that Only the Brave was a great movie. Never heard of it. Oh, never heard of it? Okay. Well, it's about firefighters that fight forest fires. And it starts off with this young man that's a troubled young man that has a baby. We will not hate. Okay, I appreciate you guys. I mean, this is not for y'all. Some of that stuff is for people who are going to watch it later that might hate. Because I get hate on the comments sometimes. But it's about a young man. It starts off with a young man that is a troubled young man in and out of jail. He gets his life together because he becomes a father and he wants to do better. And he joins I'm gonna just say the forest fighters. That's what I'm gonna call them. I forget what they're called. And they end up fighting these fires and they get good at it and they get licensed because they didn't have a license at first to do it. And then they get a license and then I don't know if I want to tell you because I don't want to spoil it, but let me just say this: it made me wish I was a firefighter. Let's say that. You know, the things that they did, the sacrifices that they made, you know, for the people in the homes. Because I live in California, and we got fires every year, all year. It's crazy. We got some fires right now, and they're out there trying to save homes. You know, so they're risking their life to save homes. You know, so it made me really appreciate the value of a firefighter, because in the inner city, you know, the firemen don't really do much, but like they're more like the ambulance. You know, they're more like people who, you know, kind of save lives as far as like medically. You know, there's not a lot of fires, you know, in the inner city, but in the hills and stuff like that, there's fires all the time. So it made me appreciate them a lot more. So I had to say that this was a touching movie. It made me it pulled at my heartstrings. And I will say this number 12 for sure. Alright, number 11 is one that is, it was dear to my heart, I would have to say. Thank You for Your Service. Thank You for Your Service is about some veterans that get out and they deal with living as civilians again. And we have all this controversy with, you know, the NFL, you know, taking a knee and things like that. And I think that the focus needs to be, if you really want to show appreciation to the troops, they should have some type of care package when they get here. They should have some jobs lined up. They should have some Medicare lined up for them. When they get here, it's just like as if, you know, they're 18 again and don't have any skills or any benefits. You know what I'm saying? So me taking a knee is nothing. This movie I felt like should have been way more. If you care about the troops as much as everyone says, why didn't anyone go see this movie? This is the movie that you should have really been watching so you can really understand what they go through, because they have this PTSD and no one's really helping them. There's no real places they can go to where they're guaranteed any type of service. When they got out, they had to wait more than a year to get some help. And then since it was mental and it wasn't anything physical that they were that they could show that they were damaged, people didn't really believe it. and they were kind of like pushed aside. Oh, you all right? You know, but PTSD, that's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? They're out there, you know, shooting and blowing up things and getting blown up for us. So when they come back, just a thank you, that's not enough. I think they should have more like a care package or something like that. So it really shows, you know, what these troops go through as people when they get back. You know, and to me, when we want to say that we care about the troops so much, then why is it so hard for them to get all this Medicare? Why is it so hard for them to get, you know, help? Why? It should be easy. So I really appreciated that movie. What are we, number 11? Number 11? No, are we number 11? Where are we? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. No, number 10. We're number 10. Number 10. Sorry about that, guys. When I get on these tangents and I be somewhere else. All right, number 10, I would have to say Guardians of the Galaxy. I had a ball watching this movie. I thought that it was well written. There were some issues. I will say this is why it's number 10. But I enjoyed myself. I laughed through the whole thing. I was able to connect with the characters. I was able to. I just thought that it was a fun Marvel movie. I laughed my ass off. Yeah, you know when I watched the first one, I wasn't that impressed. I was like, man, I don't care about no raccoons. I don't care about no tree guy. I don't care about none of this. So then the guys from, let's see. Mary Poppins, y'all. I know, right? That was so funny. So then the guys that do Breaker and Bliss, they were like, you know, just watch it again. I think you'll change your mind. Even my 7-year-old laughed. Oh, yeah. So I watched it again, and I really enjoyed the first one. So then I was stoked for the second one, and I feel like it lived up to its expectations. There were some things I didn't like. You know, I thought that the whole kind of hive mind thing with the golden people was kind of whack. But for the most part, I enjoyed it. So I had it as my number 10. If you have not seen that movie, I don't know what you're doing. Go enjoy yourself. You're welcome. You're welcome. Go enjoy yourself, and you're welcome in advance. Number 9, I would have to say is Logan. Logan was, for me, a very good movie. It kind of showed me what the possibilities were with a rated R movie. I knew it. Well, I'm probably going to be unpredictable in a second. But yeah, Logan, he showed me the possibilities for what we can do with superhero movies if they're rated R. Sometimes, you know, trying to appeal to kids and make toys and all this stuff kind of degrades the value of, you know, the production. But my dog cried at the end. But I think that rated R superhero movies should be a thing. I appreciate Logan. I appreciate Deadpool. I think it should definitely be something that we, you know, put into more. I did have some issues with it. They killed the black family. So, you know, as a black man, I don't like to see myself getting killed off. I'd rather it just not be in the movie versus getting killed off the way that we did. Because we were pretty good we were pretty good people. You know, they were very nice and, you know, hospitable. And then they died. So, but anyway, that's my my number 9. Number 8, I would have to say, is Wonder Woman. I was very, very surprised at this movie. I didn't have a lot of hopes for it because I didn't like Batman vs Superman, and I'm like, I don't really care. Only 8. Yeah, only 8. I'm not on the whole bandwagon of it's because it's the first, you know, successful woman superhero movie. I don't care about that. It was just a good movie, and that's where I put it at. The ending was a little slow for me. It didn't. I felt like it didn't live up to what it should have, but I couldn't predict it, so I had to give it its props. If I can't predict the movie, then you did pretty well. We got a good origin story we got to see her from a little girl. We got to see where she came from. And my issue that I had with her in Batman vs Superman was that I didn't understand why she was smiling all the time. Everyone else is getting their ass whooped, and you over here smiling and shit. But they showed her personality in her own movie to why she would be smiling. Like she just like, yeah, I got this. Like, yeah, this is where I live at. So I was able to appreciate her more in this movie than I did in the Batman vs Superman, because I understood her background and her personality. So I thought it was great. I thought that her and Chris Pine was a good Chris Pine, yeah, was a good combination. She's fine. I gotta give it to her. She's fine. She's fine. You know, so she was nice to look at. I would have to say I was kind of falling for her while I was sitting there watching her for almost 2 hours. She's having fun. She could be Doomsday. We have to agree to disagree. I don't think she could beat Doomsday, but sure, if you want to. Because you saw how Superman treated her, and if you did see the Justice League, you saw how she wasn't no match for Superman, so she shouldn't be any match for Doomsday. Chris Pine killed it. Yeah, he did a good job. I thought he did a good job. So I have it at my number 8 spot, just because it's a little slow towards the end. I've seen it twice. It gets a little boring towards the end, but I think that it's a good movie overall. It's a good superhero movie. Alright, number 7. Gonna have to say Girls Trip. Girls Trip is another one that surprised me. I wasn't really expecting much because I thought it was just gonna be kind of like the new Ghostbusters. You know, they got a group of 4 girls, and what in the hell? I told you I wasn't gonna be predictable. Number 7. I laughed my ass off this whole damn movie. It was funny. It was heartfelt. There were serious moments. There were realistic moments. It wasn't like this, you know, like Daddy's Home. Unrealistic things going on with, you know, I don't know, motorcycles flying through the houses, through the walls and stuff. This was very down to earth. Best laugh was the flasher scene. Oh yes, when she was that what we're talking about? When she pees on everybody? Oh man, I didn't think they were gonna show it. I thought they were gonna just show like the trickling down. They showed it coming out of her crotch, peeing on people. I was like, oh my god! Like I felt like they took it to the next level, you know. So I'm gonna have to give it to them. That was my number 7 of the year. I really enjoyed it. I've watched it again, and I can't wait to watch it for a 3rd time. You guys might not agree, but that's where I'm at with it. I gotta give it to them. They really did surprise me. I was very surprised. I was at number 7. Number 6. And this is probably gonna surprise a lot of people, and maybe get some people upset. But number 6, I would have to say All Eyes on Me. Now, this movie got a lot of flack for its authenticity. I think that if people actually watched it, they would actually see that it was pretty accurate. I felt like the things that the celebrities were saying were just off the wall and inappropriate. And if they did dislike it, they should have waited till after the movie came out to say why they didn't want to go see it. Haven't seen it, but I know people didn't like it. As far as I know, I'm a big Tupac fan. I've watched probably all the documentaries, and the documentaries pretty much reflected what the movie was. So when people say, oh, that wasn't him, I'm like, but do you really know him, or did you know the person that you saw on TV? You know, because if you actually went into the documentaries, you did know that, you know, he was a conscious man. He was a positive guy. He wasn't this guy that was just, you know, kind of wilding out towards the end of his life. I thought it was a pretty good depiction as far as what I know. They even went back. I didn't even think they were going to talk about his mom being a Black Panther. I didn't think they were even going to do that because it's a movie, and they don't want to. They don't want to tell us those type of things about people. So I thought they weren't even going to say that, but they went all the way from him being in her womb in jail to what we know before he died. And I thought that was a pretty good depiction of who he was. Yes, Jada Pinkett was a little upset that she was like, oh, there was never any poem that he wrote me or he read to me. No, he didn't actually read it to her, but he wrote it with the intentions of doing so. So out of respect for his memory, they went ahead and let it happen. I don't see anything wrong with that. That's not, now if there was no poem ever dedicated to Jada Pinkett Smith, then I get it. Then that's inaccurate. Why are we showing that? I get it. But there was one. He just didn't get the opportunity to read it. So everything that everyone was saying that was bad about the movie, I just disagree with. I think that if you did see it, you would like it. And she just wanted all eyes on her. That's how I feel. I think it's inappropriate. I think that as black people, when you see another black person doing something positive, if you don't agree with it, at least wait until it gets the money. And then later on, you can say why you didn't like it and why you hating on it. She didn't even watch the movie. So that's the thing. When people are hating, like 50 Cent hating on, oh, it was shot with some cheap cameras. How? How was it shot with cheap cameras, 50 Cent? It was not shot with cheap cameras. I've seen cheap movies on Life Channel, and it wasn't that. So you can miss me with all that. I don't know what the hate was, but this was one of my favorite movies of the year. But again, there wasn't a lot of good movies, so it's not like there's just all these movies to pick from. Dang, I don't forgot where I was at. Was that 6? I think that was 6. Let's see, where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 6. All right, so number 5. I'm gonna go ahead and say Baby Driver, y'all. I really, really had fun with this damn movie. If you have not seen this movie, if the movie deterred you from the pink poster that it has, if it deterred you from being called Baby Driver, you should go ahead and get over that and go ahead and either go buy it or get it however you like to get it. Press play and enjoy yourself. Like the soundtrack, yes, the soundtrack was dope. The cinematography was dope. They had this one take scene where he's dancing all over the city and gets some coffee and comes back out to meet this girl. Dope ass scene. I love when they have one take scenes. I hate this movie with all these choppy ass cuts of a scene. I love it. When they do it one time, I feel like they put the effort, the time, and the thought into doing this one shot scene. It's beautiful. The car chases, beautiful. The interaction with everyone pretty much, beautiful. Jamie Foxx, I don't know the main guy's name, but Jamie Foxx was a great villain. There's some great villains in here, except for the main villain. I didn't like him too much, but it was a fun movie. You're gonna enjoy it. It's original story. I couldn't predict it. It made me laugh at times. It made me kind of like feel for the guy. Because I was like, why is everyone picking on this guy? Leave him alone. He's the driver, okay? All you gotta do is drive. Why are y'all thinking he needs to be this tough guy? He don't need to be tough. He in the car. So I felt for him a little bit. I thought it was a realistic scenarios, things that can actually happen. I didn't feel like, okay, it's a movie, so let me just get over what just happened right now. I felt like it was realistic issues or realistic things going on. So I would have to say that would be my number 5. Number 4, I'm about to go with Split. That is another one that definitely surprised me. I was not expecting Split to be that good because it's M. Night Shyamalan. And he has a record of just what they call that, screwing the pooch. That's what they call it. Split was litty. I love M. Night. Through thick and thin. Well, it's a lot of thick and a lot of thin. Well, I don't know which one is the bad thing, but depending on is the glass full or not, I guess I don't know which one is the bad, thick or thin. But it is sometimes a hard watch if it's M. Night Shyamalan. You be like, oh God, why'd you make this movie? Especially The Last Airbender was terrible. One of my favorite cartoons Whether or not you think it's an anime is up to you. I think it's an anime, but I would just call it a cartoon for right now. But one of my favorite cartoon animes, and he just, I don't know, it's like he didn't even understand the material. You know what? I actually don't like a lot of his movies. The last movie I liked was Sixth Sense. I didn't really like Signs. I didn't really like Unbreakable. Again, it has Samuel Jackson in it, and they kind of played to him being old, and they just, we're going to put you in the wheelchair, call you Glass, because you break real easily. You real frail. I'm like, that's not a villain. But anyway, I know a lot of people liked it, but I did like, about this movie anyway, Split. Let's get back to this movie. I thought that it was a very refreshing story. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. And, what's his name? I forget. Or Kevin? I guess Kevin was his name. All these different personalities that he had, I thought he played them very, very well. And when he played a different character, that's who I saw. It wasn't like I saw, him just in a different wardrobe. He was that character. Great sequel. Let's just hope. Oh, I think y'all talking much on sales right now. I saw him as that character. He wasn't the same guy just in a different wardrobe. He was that character. I really liked, he was, I liked the intricacies and the dynamics of all his different personalities. How his real self was so deep down, he wasn't even aware what was going on for 2 years. 2 years. Like, dang. I don't need that. So I thought it was a great movie. And then the twist at the end, with it being connected to Unbreakable, was pretty good. I definitely wasn't expecting that. So maybe we'll get some good movies from him again. I don't know. I think Bruce Willis is just a little too old to be playing a superhero. And I definitely don't need to see Samuel Jackson again. But I would like it to be two new fresh characters. Or fresh actors playing those characters. But that's just me. I know y'all probably don't agree. But did you get the last part at the end? Oh, I think y'all talking much on sales. Alright. Alright, so that's number 4. That was number 4. Number 3. And I've watched a few people's lists recently, and they just haven't said this, so I'm not really sure why. But I gotta be true to myself and give props where props is due. John Wick. John Wick 2. How that's not on anyone's list, I'm not really sure. But this movie, in this universe, seems to be super dope. So, I mean, it's Keanu Reeves, okay? Like, that's all you need. And he's kicking ass. We got Common in there. And that's one thing I did appreciate, that they did not kill the black man. He let him live. It was a great fight scene. We got Morpheus, I forget his name, Lawrence Fishburne. Got Lawrence Fishburne in here. I thought it was just great. The fight scenes were great. The cinematography was great. The choreography was great. All that like, oh snap, he is killing them. Just great. I really enjoyed myself watching that. I haven't seen anyone put that too. Yeah, I don't know. I think that they're just forgetting. That's the whole thing about doing these movies towards the end of the year, because you tend to forget the things that you did watch. So that's why I had to let me do some research again. Let me get this list together. And I had to do it. John Wick 2 was a great way to start off the year. I think this was February as well. Was it February? Yeah, February. Great way to start off the year. The rest of the year, though, was kind of whack. But John Wick 2, for sure. Alright, number 3. I'm going to have to go ahead and give it to my man, Jordan Peele here. And go with the Get Out. And like I said, I'm not a horror fan. But this movie right here was a great, great movie. I'm surprised it's getting all these awards. because it has some racially toned topics, racially sensitive topics, and a lot of times people don't want to see themselves that way. That wasn't really horror, more like psychological thriller. Okay, sure, psychological thriller. But it's terrifying when people are kidnapping you and taking your body. That's pretty terrifying. So it's kind of horror to me. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great. Like, if you you have to rewatch this movie a few times to see all the little nuances that went into making this movie. Like the reason why she didn't want the cop to get his ID wasn't because she was sticking up for him, but it was because she didn't want to have a trail of him even being there, you know, or him picking the cotton out of the actual couch. That was I guess a metaphor of us picking cotton, you know, long time ago, you know. And there's so much that went into this movie that I'm like, man, this dude is a genius. But a lot of comics, they're able to, I guess, touch other people's feelings, like get into the other people's emotions. Because if you can make someone laugh, that's the hardest thing to do, is make someone laugh. So you can make someone laugh, you can portray anger, you can portray horror, you can get into the mindset of someone, of anyone. So I'm not surprised, but I kind of am surprised. I've never seen Jordan Peele do anything like this, but it wasn't predictable. It's how we feel when we're around a lot of white folks. It is uncomfortable, and they do try to, you know, seem hip sometimes, and hey bro, you know, I voted for Obama and all this. They do talk about those type of things, so it was relatable for sure for me. So that's why I have it at my number 2. Number 1, and this is gonna probably throw you guys off pretty pretty good. I'm gonna have to go with Mother, with Jennifer Lawrence. Another picture. Maybe y'all might recognize it. Oh yeah, maybe you recognize that picture better. Mother. It got a lot of heat. See, there you go. See, there you go. It got a lot of heat for, I guess, the presentation of what it gave us. But honestly, I enjoyed watching that movie. When I was watching, I had no idea what I was watching. I'm like, what is this? What is happening? Why is he throwing up? Why are they fighting? What's all this? What is this? What is going on? Who are these people coming to the house? I didn't know what the hell I was watching. But I would have to say that I appreciated the risks that they took. My number 1 is Justice League. Oh wow, we'll get into that. I'm gonna get into what you guys number 1 was. But it was something that it was a story arc, or it was a type of storytelling that was not really done in American storytelling. There was no good, bad, happy ending, good night. You know, it was kind of like chaos, you know, and it was an underlying story of humanity for one, religion for 2, and then you can even kind of go with whole, like, you know, dynamics of relationships as well, as far as like husband and wife, you know. I really did enjoy it. It was the riskiest movie that I felt like they did this year, and though it wasn't a you know, traditional American story from start to finish, I enjoyed it. So that's my number 1 for sure. I haven't watched it again because I want to forget everything and be wild again. But I even had to get explained what the movie was really about afterwards. And usually I say, if someone has to tell me what the movie was about afterwards, or I got to read a book or an article to know what the movie was about, it's a bad movie. But in this case, I just didn't feel that way. I thought that was number 2. Was it number... No. I don't think it was number 2. Did I get it wrong? Nope. John Wick was number 3. Get Out was number 2. And Mother, number 1. Yep. So I got it right this time. So that's my list of the year, guys. I don't want to do one for the worst movies of the year because that's just depressing. This was a very bad year. It's one of the worst years financially for movies in a long time. What you thought about Last Jedi? Alright, well maybe I'll have to do one. Maybe I'll do one. This is almost an hour, so I kind of want to wrap this one up, but maybe I'll turn the camera on and do a movie about what I thought about Last Jedi. Yeah, why not? If y'all want to hear it, then I'll sit here and talk. I ain't got nothing to do. But what was your number ones? Number 1 movie of the year. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what you thought about my number 1. Because it was a very controversial movie. I would have to say. I do know that. But like I said, I like different type of storytelling. When it comes to storytelling, Japanese storytelling is the best. And sometimes the American storytelling or the American stories are very predictable and black and white and just nothing really new. So what I got from that was definitely something new, and I just really liked it. So that's my thing. I can't believe I have to buy a book. Alright guys, I appreciate you guys rolling with me for 51 minutes now. That was a long list, but I think I got all the movies that were good. They might be in different order for you, but oh, Blade Runner. Oh man, I wish we could talk about Blade Runner. Let's talk about Blade Runner. Maybe not. I don't know. Blade Runner. I watched the first one as an adult before the new one came out, and it just was very dull and boring. And maybe people like to say, "Oh, I'm not an intellectual. You know, I'm not sophisticated enough." Sure, but as far as a sci-fi movie, it's pretty boring. So then they come out with the new one, Blade Runner 2049, and I feel the same way. And I felt like people were hyping this movie up, because I would ask you about Blade Runner. Oh yeah, you gotta watch the director's cut. Oh, you gotta watch the extended. Oh, you gotta watch the one with the commentary. So I'm like, well, which one do I watch? I don't know. So the fact that we gotta watch all these different ones to be able to see which one, to see if it's a good movie or not, means it's a whack movie. So I watched this one, and it's very slow, and there's a lot of things that are irrelevant in this movie, Blade Runner, and I'm happy for you guys though. When you get a sequel that you like, I'm happy for you, because a lot of times people get sequels and they whack. You saw Last Jedi was whack, so I'm happy for you. You get a good sequel. I'm happy for you. But this just to me was not a good movie. So then I look up. I'm like, well, maybe I'm tripping. Am I tripping? So I look up the what's it called? Box Office Mojo for the first Blade Runner. It don't make shit. It make like $6 million or something like that. It don't make nothing. So then this one, everyone's hyping it up. It also didn't remake its budget, or if it did, it only broke even. But the numbers don't lie. But the cinematography though, the sound though. See, cinematography and sound is not a movie. Those are parts to a movie. But you know what they didn't make that's right. The numbers don't lie, and if everyone is raving about the movie, and that's the difference between this movie and Mother. No one's raving about Mother, so it's okay. But everyone raved about Blade Runner, and we gotta see it. You gotta watch it. It's gonna be the best sci-fi movie of the year, and maybe it was. 'Cause there's not a lot of good sci-fi movies this year. Not a lot, but overall, it didn't make no money because it was whack. It had the biggest buzz, and it still didn't make no money. When things are good, it makes money. and the idea and the concept gets stolen. That's why we have all these knockoffs of all this stuff. So if it's not making money and no one's stealing the idea, then it's not good. So that's just my opinion about the movie. I definitely won't be rewatching it. It's way too long, way too dry, and way too unnecessary. So yeah, that's my thoughts. You can look at our review. Check out our review for Blade Runner. We did a review on it. I don't remember all the points that I said, but I said similar things. So, alright guys, I'm your boy D'Anthony. Thank you guys for watching me. I appreciate you guys so much. It's been almost an hour of talking about movies, and I appreciate you guys, hanging in there with me. If I can get some more likes, that'd be dope. If you haven't liked it already, go ahead and like it for me. I appreciate it. If not, it's cool too. And I guess I'll do a video of The Last Jedi. Let's do it. So, as soon as I turn this one off, I'm going to start another live, and we're going to talk about the Last Jedi versus The Force Awakens. Okay? Alright. Let's go. Let's do it. Peace, mother out.